Well, welcome. Thanking you very, very much for your patience. Thank you very much for waiting for me to get into gear. So, I'm going to get these cans off my head. Thank you. Another day, past a piece. Didn't think I would be able to make it this morning, but thank you for your perseverance. Just had to do a few things early on, and now I am ready to go. Could miss out on the meditation. Felt like it's just drawing me back. And I think if everyone else makes the commitment, then I surely can make that commitment too. So thank you very much, everyone, for your perseverance. On that note, I've been doing a little bit of experimentation recently, which is sort of validating, as I think we all do with life in general, discernment, validation. And validating, well, I've been meditating using a particular process that I think is generalistic and a way that easily adaptable to any situation, that we can just be aware of our breath and go deeper into the awareness of our true nature that way. And it's based on various number of meditations that I've done in the past, and the principles that it's just doesn't need to be overcomplicated. And I think that sometimes when previously when I've had experiences where meditation has been a method, a process, and I've done these type of things for years, I just always was like, I loved the meditation while I was in it, and I loved how I felt afterwards and things as well, but during was a bit of a chore. I thought, well, it doesn't have to be. Meditation's a tool to be aware of our true self. It's not really, it doesn't have to be designed to be a massive down, just means awareness. It's the sort of foundation of things like Chan Buddhism and Zen Buddhism and things. YouTube is not responding. Open Studio. Okay. What does that mean? Oh, maybe it's only that bit. And no, I've got too many things open. Hang on a second. Back. Okay, a few clicks of the button and it just refreshes itself. All right. Apologies. Dropped frames 12%. Great. See how that pans out. Could be my internet, I guess. Fantastic. Internet in Australia. Anyway. Where was I getting to? So I've been thinking and experimenting with meditation, and I'm used to going to the same routine, observing the breath, immediately fly and ride the wave of peace and stillness almost immediately, because I've got into that routine over and over again, and it's the same outcome. And I'm used to this thing, just like if you were going to the gym. And you can't be expected to lift these weights straight away, right? You can't 20 kilo weights and 10 kilo weights. You gradually build up to that weight. You don't just go straight in and just lift the heaviest you can possibly lift, right? You build up to it. Same with meditation. What if meditation doesn't come easy to you? What if you don't really see the point of it? What if somehow this video crosses your path and you're like, what's this guy talking about? You don't need a special technique. You don't need a special process. Sitting in one spot and closing our eyes is the simplest way of meditating and connecting with your inner nature. So a similar thing happens when we sleep and daydream anyway. I know what people are thinking. It's like, well, hang on. When I close my eyes and I want to sleep, I fall asleep, and I get taken away by my thoughts. So what's the difference there? Well, the mind, the difference is when the mind settles and you return to scanning the body before you go to sleep, that will bring you back into meditation. That's why in most meditations, the teacher or the facilitator or the conductor usually gets you to sit rather than lay down, because the body, when it's laying down, it knows the difference and it goes into that sleep mode. So the processes are very similar, but when we sit and we close our eyes and you don't have to think of anything, so if you just like you were going to sleep, just before the body is about to go to sleep and you feel the mind is ready to take you to dreamland or drift off with your thoughts, just take a slow, deep breath and relax while inhaling. Just slow, deep breath. And then relax when you're exhaling. And that actually brings the focus back to the body rather than drifting off with the thoughts. So it gently brings the awareness back to the body. And don't worry about nearly falling asleep or not focusing, because the outcome is the same. We realize the body's nice and relaxed and we're already in a peaceful state, and we teeter on the precipice of going to sleep and extended awareness. And in the beginning, when we're first starting out, we may fall asleep, and we may fall asleep many times. But gradually, the body gets used to the relaxation while the awareness prolongs and the true nature of peace and stillness is felt. So the monkey mind will always be active in the beginning, but it's just like going to the gym, as I said before. We don't go in and grab a 50 kilo dumbbell on our first try. We go to the 5 and we lift that. Then we go to the 10 and we lift that. Then we go to the 20 and we lift that. It's the same in the meditation. Start with the 5 minutes. Just let the mind run. Set a timer if you wish, and just relax. Just relax in that first 5 minutes. You don't have to do anything. Just close your eyes and relax. And you could go off with the thoughts and go off in every different direction. It doesn't matter. There's no need to do anything else. Not even being aware of the breath. The mind will settle and the feeling will emerge. And then as we get familiar with ourselves and that feeling, we can sit in this state for longer and longer and longer. And that's basically how, people can just start out. And then when we're getting the hang of that, we can start to be aware of the breath, because we realize the breath is like an anchor. And it brings us back to the peace and the stillness. And it's part of the peace and the stillness. And that's where the magic starts. On that note, shall we? Hopefully this isn't too loud, but we'll see if it competes with my with my speech, my voice. As we sit back, relax, we're going to explore this other way of meditating today. And we're just going to sit. We're going to close our eyes. And we're just going to relax. We're just going to allow the body to sink into the chair or where we're seated. You can be aware of the breath if it helps you anchor to the peace and the stillness. We don't really need to even focus on the breath. The peace and the stillness is there. We can just relax. And we can do this for 5 minutes in the beginning. We don't even have to take the deep, deep breaths. But if we do feel like we're drifting off to sleep, then we can just take a nice, slow, deep breath. And really just breathe out nice and relaxed. We just scan the body up and down gently and get the feeling. The peace and the stillness. The body should just feel nice and relaxed. And that's when you may feel the tingling in your fingertips, your toes, the body itself, all over. This is just the surging of energy that is within all of us. body's made up of so many different pathways, neurotransmitters and pathways as well, circulatory pathways. So much going on. When we tune into the body, we become aware of it. Just feels like a tingling. It's life. The heart beating, the breath in and out. And at the core, there's just an overwhelming feeling of peace and stillness and love. And it just emanates from the heart. And it just permeates through the entire body. We just focus on this heart and this love and this peace. You may put your hands on your heart if you wish. And when we say words of gratitude and love and acceptance and peace, this just opens the heart like a flower opening its petals. And this radiance just emanates from the heart and engulfs our entire body. So let's do that now. We're so grateful for all the events in our life that shape us, that make us who we are, that enable us to find out our true nature, that lead us back to these points where we can meditate and just relax and just stop for a moment our busy lives and immerse ourselves in this peace and stillness, which is our natural state. We're grateful for the happy times because they remind us of our natural state, the feeling of elation and happiness, where we get that tingling all over, that laughter, an expression of love and joy. We're grateful for the events in our life that can be difficult. We're also grateful for those because they can remind us in the absence of joy and happiness and possibly change our focus to realign ourselves with the joy and the happiness. We're grateful for the people in our lives, our family, our friends, loved ones, that play a part in this too. Steer us back to our joy and happiness as we laugh with them. In those times of difficulty and despair, their guiding hand, their comfort, their reassurance, their acceptance of us, no matter what we're going through. We're grateful for these people in our lives that shape us. Same goes for the animals. I'm an animal lover. I love pets. I love domesticated animals. I love animals in nature. All creatures throughout the earth, as they are pockets of joy and bring us amazing abundance of love within ourselves. this beautiful planet that we live on. Wow. The landscapes, the environments, the different terrain. For everyone in it. Everyone who's walked before us. Those who will come after us. We're grateful for everything that impacts our lives. Breathe this all in. Breathe out, thank you. And place our hands by our sides. It's the time to receive. For everything that you put out comes back. For everything that you do for the planet. You may think things are very small, what you do, but they have a ripple effect and impact many others. Just a simple act of love, a smile, can impact someone's day, and then they pass that on, change their mood to happiness. And they may impact someone else, who impacts someone else, who impacts someone else. Till finally it changes someone's day dramatically. So everything that you do, for yourself, for your family, for your friends, thank you for being so wondrous and magnificent. Thank you for navigating your life with ease and having consideration for yourself and other people while you navigate the many pathways that are on this planet. Thank you. And really the meditation's that simple. It can be quick, especially when you're first starting out. And then we can ground ourselves by allowing the excess energy to flow through the soles of our feet, deep into the earth, deep into the physical plane. And we just allow the peace, the stillness to permeate into this beautiful planet. Blessings be to Mother Earth. May she be rejuvenated, revitalized and repaired in all areas. And as we pass this energy, this excess energy that we don't require, down into the earth, we are also grounded to this plane. We're not going anywhere. It helps us bring our focus back into this awareness. Into the mental plane from a different perspective. So count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We just slowly move our body, fingertips, toes, head, neck, hips. And when we're ready, we can open our eyes with a big, big smile. And that's as difficult as it needs to be. Or it doesn't even have to be that difficult. But that's, a shortened meditation that anyone can do. So if we're just starting out, doesn't have to be that long. We don't have to do any magic techniques. We can just relax and just be aware of the body. And then if we drift off, just take a couple of deep breaths and we're back. And then over time, we can get deeper with the breath. The feeling will become more familiar. It will expand. Our consciousness will expand. And then the fun begins. So we'll be back again same time tomorrow. Thank you for your patience today. We'll be on time tomorrow, and we'll resume our regular meditation. So thank you everyone for attending today, live or in the replay. And may you have a blessed day, blessed week. Remember to live life and make those memories. Bye for now.